go to my parents. And they went to the parents in the village. And the youth in the town realized that this boy she brought is a crumb boy. And they went to her and I said, this boy gotta leave. And she said, I love him, I can't let him go. In the course of 1 week, the person him with the body died. Where? I said, Liver. The second area was in right here, Fanley, which is right before you get to the bridge. The DLDA man came across late in the evening, came to Fanley to drink. The person him, he died. They had to told him to bring him back that very morning. I'm challenging the people of Nimba. We don't want to go. We are asking you to let bygones be back. There's a lady in town here who was renting in a Nimba lady's house, but she refused to confess that she's a crown person. And they were so nice living together. But the minute that woman says she's crown, the woman told her to leave. Those are the problems that we have. But in the meantime, we have Nimba people in Bolletown, George Bolletown, the town there, the town chief is from Nimba. We don't flinch, we don't bow our head when we actually accept it. When we accept it, we accept it. Today, we can boast of more than 17,000 defiance in Rwanda County. Into every village, every town, taking goals, setting traps, marry our sisters, loving to our wives. Nimba County is not reciprocating. You are not accepting crown people into Nimba County. That is a serious problem for me. If we are accepting you and your people, your children, your brothers are buying land and living with us, and we are intermarried, you have that moral.
Come to your office, you come to my office, you didn't tell me. We prefer to bring us to the public to say we are killer and we kill your somebody. This is not good. During this gone election, you made a statement regarding Ambokun, who is now the vice president of the Republic of Liberia and president of the Liberian Senate. You admonished the Grand Judeans not to vote for a killer. You rather vote for we. Today, everything has changed. He's our vice president. He's the president of the Liberian Senate, before whom we sit as he presides. We are the elders from the two counties that fought themselves. The word is open. Everyone in this Senate met me here, and I'm still here.
Go ahead.
I have worked with every senator from Grand Judah, the representative Joe Honorable Pena. He's the first I got to know when we went to Winnipeg, Ghana. And people said to him, don't sit by that murderer. He said, but our people killed them too, the war is over. I'm going to sit by him. He sat by me. And then we are here. We've come a long way. I have worked with every senator, Asa Yanabo, Marsha Dennis, Alfonso Gay. All we try to keep the peace. Not one soldier, not one senator from Grand Judah had ever talked bad about any of us in this country. Today, you have indicted the people of Nimba again, or poisoning someone from Grand Judah, or not allowing Grand Judeans to migrate. Everyone is allowed to migrate whatever country you want to go to. If you keep yourself conservative, you don't travel and settle there, well, it's up to you. But I want you to please, I beg you, to maintain the peace in your spoken words and all that you do. What you said today was a disgrace to the people of Nimba. I've been here long. That did not come to the attention, to our attention. Honorable Zopena was any Grand Judah person in Nimba country that you know of, you didn't tell us? Okay, I'm just hearing it. Please maintain the peace. God bless you.
The things Zanzankawa doing, no. If our young person was doing it, Zanzankawa was going to scare them with cartel that nothing inside. They ain't get nothing inside. No power, no traditional power inside, nothing. Any traditional chief that gets smartphone and roller watch.
Says I make you still right.
Any traditional chief, as in the sense of those embodied and traditional chief, that got cell phone, that smartphone, will watch that.
Who has that?
Zanakawa. That papa is smart and he just using job we are in the zone. That man no traditional power is nothing. Zanakawa.
Say that
papa is smart. Hey, please, I'm speaking as senator. That man is greedy. He's unprincipled. He using these people in the name of traditional chief. He get no power behind him. He have power behind him. Well, miracle. No. He can't even make a web win in Delta number 2 in Grandmother Canada. He didn't want to make sure we are win.
They made known that the achievement of a permit and a license to operate a radio station in Liberia under our laws is not his right. It is a privilege.
When documents go to your office, that's why you must have qualified staff to read your documentation and can address you with the issues appertaining in the document. So nobody received document on one day and passed it the next day. Those documents were in offices and people read them. Of course, if a financial document comes to your office and you're not a financial person and you don't have financial experts in your office, you will be behind time.
I will send it to you. If you don't discuss it, don't
No, I will discuss it.
Prove me wrong. The communication from the president say the financial instrument is sent to the House of Representatives on the 21st and will pass on the 22nd. While we were in session, my office staff signed for my own 1:30 and the instrument will pass 1:45. It will pass in 15 minutes. I want to challenge this and see, let him come to your studio. Let me come there.
One day, if you pray for your people and yourself, I see that most of you on internet, what we're doing Israel. Why you are not doing Israel? One, you don't have the opportunity. Other people has. What you need to do is to pray so you can have the opportunity. We're in Israel. You don't need to be angry. I'm here now. All you got to do, touch me. Because we can transfer. You understand? If you touch me, it's so good to see you. God bless you.
That money is the money we stole. You don't know. I don't know the sources of Mr. Bailey's money. So it's a dark money. Nobody, Mr. Bailey has not been able to convince lecturer where he getting all the money from.
Anybody who studied any of the mental science manuals, which is the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, before 1974, homosexuality was listed as a mental illness along with necrophilia, zoophilia, and pedophilia. The decision in 1974 to delist it as a mental illness was not based on science. It was based on an opinion poll of only 6,000 people. So clearly, homosexuality is a form of madness and mental illness. And what they need is psychological care.
Well, every person might be a doctor of another kind who can determine the health of people, but I'm moving around, and who should know best about their own health but themselves? So maybe he knows more than the doctors and more than myself, but he's still my son.
Wake up for your sleep. My sister, too long, we've been in our sleep.
Okay, so a beautiful and a wonderful morning. And of course, it's time to have breakfast with you. Of course, what do you want to take a cup of tea this morning with some snacks? Some of us will love donuts, and some of you like to take some heavy food, beans, and rice. However, which way you're having your breakfast this morning. We say good morning and welcome. Today is the 15th of April. We are still the 2024. You know that. A lot of things to talk about. Of course, my colleague Matthias will soon be here. And so my name is Julius Buki from now to 9 o'clock. Don't touch it, don't go away. A lot of things to talk about. There is an article within the Accomplish Africa newspaper, and it said why Bouaka asked the governor not to travel. You see the picture of
the Central Bank of Liberia governor. New Jersey, the governor of the Central Bank of Liberia requested not to attend this year's spring meeting in order to keep the president informed about concerns of ongoing audits. Okay, so the president asked him not to travel. And so another thing to talk about, are you aware that the country meet started yesterday? Yesterday, country meet should have started since December, but it could not because of the transitioning of government or governance, if you will, from one government to another, from the George Weah led administration to the Joseph Nyamu Boakai led administration. And so the country meeting was postponed. And yesterday, the 14th of April, they started with our games around the country. We'll try to give you some results, but one result we'll not give you is the one from the game between Grand Julia. Grand Julia and G was postponed because of the weather condition. The rain could not give them time to play. Yesterday, amazing, something wonderful and bad happened to our speaker. The house was caught on fire. I received a call and let me say but what I saw. And he spoke with the VOA operator this morning. And I listened to him. He said it took about 3 hours. 3 hours for the fire service to get there. National Fire Service. 3 solid hours before they could get there. Before they got there, the house was already finished. Damaged. Fire service. Anyway, let me say welcome to my colleague, retired man out of watch. Watching about our place. Fire service. So welcome back on a Monday. Fresh week. I think the We Were Us was a good one. Let me see what I can do here. Let me take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, so welcome, Matthias. Good morning.
Good morning, Julius. Good morning to all of the listeners. It's an honor again to be back after a long weekend break to be here with another interesting talking point for Liberia. And in fact, not just talking about the issues, but most of the time, like I usually say, I love to tell stories. And some of the stories we tell, some stories are painful, some stories make you smile, some stories inspire you, some stories, so much. They educate you. Some stories make you sit down and ask yourself whether you're doing well in your life. Like the story concerning the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker J. Fernanti Kofa. That is a story. That is a heartbreaking story. A story that makes you to sit down and think about how people go through struggling and laboring all through their lives to acquire properties, only to see that at a certain point of their lives, natural disasters, sometimes it can be carelessness, sometimes it can be natural causes, that those properties just be taken away from them. And we want to say sorry to the Speaker of the House of Representatives for that unfortunate situation. But yet it's good that we are here again this morning with another, with renewed vigor, renewed energy, to talk about the issues that matter. We're going to talk about the fire situation. Yes, like Julius put it, the National County Sports Meet has started. There is a new update on the Executive Mansion website concerning appointments and nominations or so. Yes, we're going to also look at that. But the chairperson of the office of the Ombudsman is expected to go for confirmation. It's not been scheduled yet, but based on some gossips I'm getting from the corridor of the Liberian Senate, where he's supposed to go for confirmation, I would just like to point out a few things later this morning on the program from the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia and vis-a-vis the Code of Conduct of the Republic of Liberia. But it's good to be here. Today is the first wedding anniversary of my friend and brother Collie Gege. Collie Gege, he owns the Collie Gege Business Center at Cardwell Junction. That's the wedding I served as best man in, and my junior brothers were provoking me that I have a task to dance at the wedding, but unfortunately I'm not going to make it a dance. But they didn't attend the wedding anyway. Yeah, today is the first wedding anniversary of Collie Gege and Mrs. Elizabeth Belle Gege. Let me say good morning to you too. Let me say happy first wedding anniversary to you too. Today is the 15th of April. Yes, it is an honor to have served as best man.
1 year gone so long.
Yeah, 1
so
year.
Fast.
And very soon, that's how we're going to be talking about you, Julius. Maybe by next year, we're going to start talking about, first wedding anniversary. Julius Akobe Boki and his beautiful wife. But good morning. Welcome to the program. We're going to take a break when we
took the break already.
Okay. I mean,
took the break already.
I thought you were adjusting something.
No. You just continue. I want to do something quick.
But Julius.
But my good friend and brother and a regular listener, Lomas Gila, celebrates his birthday today. Okay. So happy birthday to you, Mr. Lomas Gila. Of course, I think he represented UL and Kawa respectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me say happy birthday to you, Julius Lomax or Lomas.
Lomas Gila. That's our Oma here. Says Master our son.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right. Let me say happy birthday to you, brother. Well, welcome to the program. As always, we come here with different stories, different highlights about Liberia, about this country, about issues surrounding us. And so talking about issues, something unfortunate happened to the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. And the issue of fire incidents in Liberia, most of the time, the fire situations we experience are usually in Montserrat County.
We want to ask ourselves, what's the problem? Why we have so many fire outbreaks of late? The last time again was in New Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before then, it was Senator Senator Sir Joseph,
right?
And all over the place, I don't know what the last time I said, I said, well, fire service need to do something about this because we just hearing about fire incidents and we don't get reports. What's the cause? What's causing all those things? And I mean, man.
And you raised a very salient point that morning. You said that we should not just be talking about fire incidents. Whenever there is a fire situation somewhere, at the end of it all, the fire service should do a comprehensive report to the public, updating the public what caused the fire.
Yeah.
All right. Whether it is it was a mechanical issue. Sometimes some generators.
Maybe sometimes some wires are. Right. I mean, you use a wire that is not supposed to be used.
Right.
Or maybe your connections were not correct.
Right.
Or maybe you took somebody who is not inclined to to that to do the connection for you.
Right.
I mean, let's know what's happening. Let's know what's the cause of fire incidents in this country.
Right.
But trust me, after a few days, did you hear anything from Sir Joseph? What happened to the fire? What fire incidents around here? Did you hear anything from there to say, XYZ, the reason why the house was got by fire?
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear that because I believe. I want to really see. I want to really lay my eyes on the act, creating a fire service, because I believe after every incident of a fire, fire incidents, there should be a forensic, investigation, telling the public that look, this house got burned because of XYZ. Now, the more you update the people on that, people will get to, would know that okay, we should not do this, we should not do that, we should not do this. But no report. So people said that they don't know what's happening. Sometimes you move in a house where the wires are already, so you don't know about the connection. Sometimes you build in a house and you don't even know the kind of a wire to use in your house.
Right.
So you just go bring people over, just go buy this substandard wires and just run in your house, thinking that it's safe and secure. After 2-3 years, I mean, few times you see there's a fire outbreak. So we need these things to happen. Look at what the speaker said. You can't go and your house was burning and you call the fire service and take 3 hours to go there. 3 solid hours. And I'll play the clip here. 3 solid hours before they could get there. What the essence of you going on? If I call you on a fire service and you're taking 3 solid hours, I think we need to invite the fire service authorities, especially the deputy for operation.
Well, I spoke with the boss recently, Mr. Gawar, right?
Gawar.
And then he told me that yes, he would love to come on the show. In fact, I told him about the both shows. He said this is too early, so he would certainly like to settle for 50-50. I said, okay, no problem. Either of the shows you can come on, the same shows on the radio. So, but recently they've been going through their budget thing, and I don't think the fire service has gone for budget hearing yet.
No,
but I think there's still some negotiations, because what I even saw in the budget for fire service is very infinitesimal for the operation.
That's the problem too
of the fire service. Even like the fire service, the DEA, the immigration, those institutions don't have anything much in their budget.
And they are all a Ministry of Justice.
Right, so we can be talking about, we have to match our words with action. We have to be realistic about our interest to fight, to combat certain things. So talking about fire service, Julius, like you said the other time, we need some scientific or forensic investigation into this matter in a way that we can understand what is causing the fire situations in Monrovia. Because most of the fire incidents are taking place in Monrovia.
Right?
So you better hear of fire situation maybe in Grand Jide and things, except maybe people get angry with certain things, with certain individuals, and they set their houses ablaze.
Thank you.
That's what happened in Maryland County.
Thank you.
All right. But to just hear of fire incident in those areas is difficult. But Monrovia, so meaning fire service focus is mostly here. Since this is the hub, you have over 1.5 million people live in Monrovia alone. Monrovia is densely populated. Imagine, God forbid, if a fire situation occurs in West Point. Think about the destruction, that will take place there. That's why I said, God forbid, 10,000 times.
God forbid, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the fire service has to beef up, but how can it beef up? You cannot give somebody a task and you don't empower them. All right. If you ask me to serve as manager of your station, first, as someone who don't want to fail, who doesn't want to field as manager of that institution, I'm going to ask you, right? I'm going to present to you a budget. All right. I would need like maybe $100,000 or $150,000 in the account of the institution.
Of course.
That will enable me to pay staff for at least a year. Because for a station to just start to pay itself is difficult, because this is a competitive business. There are too many of them. So if you listen to the person that you are hiring to come and serve as manager of your institution, the fire service boy is the manager of the fire service institution in the country. You make sure you hear from them. And that's why I've been wanting to ask, how does the finance ministry and other institutions responsible, how do they craft the budget?
How do they appropriate these things?
How do they put monies?
They think a simple thing, Mama. You can't send me again, or you can't send me to go buy a tissue that cost $150, then give me $100.
It's not
how
going to
get
work.
it?
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you want to ask, okay, today we are working on the fire service budget. Fire service boss,
please
come with all your accountants.
Thank you.
All right.
All your controller.
Come with your controller. Come with your human resource manager. Come with your deputies. If it is 2-3 days, they should be there. They should ensure that they make an input in that, so that tomorrow when the budget shall have passed and then the monies are disbursed into their accounts, they wouldn't come by saying to us they have cash problem, they have XYZ.
Because they were involved.
They were involved
in crafting that budget.
Of the budget. They know exactly what they need. They know exactly what it would require them to ensure that they fight fire in the country.
Yeah.
But if that is not the case, then I don't know where we are going.
You get way beyond them and get a small budget.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you pass the fire service, only one truck you can see there active. Honestly, I don't know why the other one. I don't even see some of them. I mean, and that's why the last time I said, it's about time the fire. Look, the fire service boss need to put a feet down to the ground. Every car, every household in this country, or let's say Montserrat, if you will, should have what they call fire extinguishers, all right? And then when there's a fire outbreak, you can take that quick action. But even our government officials, the BB one, and they get in their houses. They didn't get it there. And it should be mandatory, my brother. That's why I say I want to really lay my eyes on the act that created the fire service. Matthias, sometimes, let's go beyond that. Sometimes you think we're supposed to allow these guys setting gas along the roadside? The fire service is active. You just want to allow that? They keep the gas on the sun whole day. You know what it means to keep gas on the sun whole day, Matthias? Some of these things we're talking, people think that we don't like them, but that's a reality. Even you not selling the gas is harmful for you. Anyway,
yeah,
let's try to.
And that's the situation. That's the problem. These are one of the problems that we have in terms of fighting fire in Liberia. So you want to involve the citizens in the fight against fire, but all of that boils down to budgetary allotment. Budgetary allotment is key. You cannot say you are giving someone a task. It's the same thing that we're talking about the fire service, the drug enforcement agency. You cannot ask me to fight drugs in the country, and this is a $1 million business. Drug is a $1 million business, $1 million investment. You have strong hands into this business. In order for you to ensure that this person fights drug in the country, the person must be empowered financially. They must have the finances. The manpower, the officers that are going out there on the field must be able to work. All right, they must be able to work. And how can they work? They must be paid not less than $400 a month.
Now, what AB said, want to increase their pay to $400 to encourage them.
Not less than $400 a month.
Okay, let's join the VOA and be right back. After the VOA, we have more things to talk about, and then we'll interact with you.
Reflecting the views of the United States government.
This is VOA News. I'm Tommy McNeil. U.S. President Joe Biden warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the U.S. would not take part in a counteroffensive against Iran, according to a White House official. Reuters correspondent Chris Dignam.
Netanyahu reconvened a war cabinet meeting in Tel Aviv to discuss a response to the drone and missile attack. War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz warned that Israel would, quote, exact the price from Iran in a fashion and timing that is right for us. Iran's armed forces chief said the operation was considered successful and, quote, deemed the matter concluded. But Iran warned Israel and the U.S. that a retaliation to its overnight attack would elicit a far bigger response.
That's Reuters correspondent Chris Dignam reporting. Meanwhile, Biden and the White House are conferring with allies over the Iranian attack on Israel. AP correspondent Jackie Quinn.
The meeting of G7 leaders was to work out a coordinated diplomatic response to Iran's first ever direct attack into Israel. A statement was released condemning the barrage of drones and missiles. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby on NBC's Meet the Press.
It's just an extraordinary example of military superiority that Israel demonstrated.
Israeli authorities say 99% of the weapons were shot down, but the intensity of the attack is raising concern. I'm Jackie Quinn.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says that he will try to advance a wartime aid for Israel this week. Johnson is attempting the difficult task of winning House approval for a security package that has also included funding for Ukraine and allies in Asia. The Republican Speaker was already under immense political pressure from his fellow lawmakers. This is VOA News. More civilians have died across Ukraine as analysts warn that delays in U.S. aid would see Kyiv struggle to fight a Russian offensive. At least 6 people were killed by drone strikes and shelling across Ukraine. The news came as a Washington-based think tank warned that delays in Western military assistance would increasingly hamper Ukraine's ability to fight back Russian advances. The Institute for the Study of War said Sunday the Russian military command likely thinks that Ukrainian forces will not be unable to defend against current and future Russian offensive operations due to the lack of U.S. assistance. Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz arrived in China on a visit marked by trade tensions and Ukraine conflict. AP correspondent Karen Chalmers with more.
German companies such as BMW and Volkswagen are highly reliant on the Chinese market, but Beijing's support for Russia creates frictions with the West. The Chancellor's visit also comes as German companies argue that they face unfair market barriers in China. This has led the German government to push for a policy of de-risking to reduce reliance on the Chinese market and suppliers. Nevertheless, China remained Germany's top trading partner for the 8th straight year in 2023, with $271 billion in goods and services. After a visit in Shanghai, Scholz will end his 3-day visit in Beijing, where he will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. I'm Karen Chamas.
Pope Francis has now sided with a group of Peruvian villagers who have complained that companies linked to a powerful South American church group have tried to evict for them from their land using lawsuits and obscure land schemes. In a video Saturday recorded at its Vatican residence, the Pope sent a message of support to members of the San Juan Bautista de Catacaos farmers community in northern Peru, and who they've been fending off lawsuits from companies associated with the company since 2014. It is a lay group that runs schools and spiritual retirement centers in several Southern American countries, but it is also involved in real estate, agriculture, and construction companies. You'll find more at voanews.com. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
Of today's best music and the most reliable news. This is VOA Africa, 94.1 FM in Monrovia and 102.5 FM in Freetown.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Where people in the summer? Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have them broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation.
You know, this is one song that will never get old. From regime to regime. That's the reason why I mostly encourage my musician friends to not have political alliances, because the messages you send out there will certainly go right back to haunt that political group that you found yourself in. All right, but you know, CDC to lie to all now. And you need everybody lie to all that time being very go sing. Me, I'm talking to my mama using the talk. You know, yeah, he's my
No, but I mean, it's a song that will just not fade away easily.
never. It will never.
You try, no way.
No, it will never.
And this music affects every government.
Yeah. And that's what I just said.
By that time, if Takunje was with the CDC or whatever party he with, or you were with, he thought he was making it to probably mock at the other party in power.
Or just take the reality.
Or just take the reality.
But
in my case, and in this case, I want to think, I don't know whether it's true. I want to think that Takunje was just making a song. And I mean, he's a legend. So
it was not. No, Julius, I disagree with you. Musicians do not just make songs. They do not. They think that song is a song that he looked at the reality in the country, the situation that the people were confronted with. That's how he put it into writing. And seriously, from government to government, there are too many lies that we'll always be confronted with. But it's okay, Julius. Let's give the public a chance today to have a conversation with us concerning this fire situation for like a few minutes. But before that, let's hear from the speaker. By the way, Lincoln College still went ahead to conduct her graduation yesterday.
I think I saw it. Yeah, someone of the graduates in the car jubilating and stuff like that. You know, that's good. What are they?
All right, so
they don't have money in their cash trapped.
So they went ahead with the graduation. I will try to reach out to the president today. I think I need to have a conversation with him. It's an important thing. We need to hear from him. Where now that they've had this graduation, I think this graduation was sort of intended. It would serve like the last one before the closure of the university. But if that is not the case, we will be hearing from the president of the college. I will reach out to him today, set up an appointment, meet him in person, have a conversation with him. Then we can pick it up on the show tomorrow. But let's hear from the Speaker of the House of Representatives what he said on the Voice of America concerning the fire situation, which is really, really, really appalling.
Apparently, there was some electrical appliance in the theater of our home that maybe had a malfunction and developed a fire, because it's an area of the house where we rarely visit, except for the children at our home. I've been in that area for about 2 or 3 months. We did not notice it was a fire until it was full blown, and so we evacuated the house immediately. We thank our neighbors who were very, very helpful in making sure we evacuated safely.
That's very good that you have evacuated, but how bad is it?
It's very bad. I think the entire house is got it. Nothing there is salvageable.
Did the fire department come around to at least help?
Yeah, but the team was unfortunately about 3 hours, and at that point there was not much help. But I think they are now in the process of dosing the flames, the remaining flames, and we'll get to see the damage tomorrow.
Speaker, we're very sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it the only residence that you have in Monrovia?
No, I have a residence in Monrovia, and that's probably going to be my home for now until we renovate.
Thank you so much, Speaker. It's so nice to talk with you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, so you got it, Matthias.
Let's engage the public, Julius. Let the public get involved at least for 15 minutes when we come back. Did I give the public update on the president's nomination?
No.
Okay, let me do that quickly before we get to the fire service story.
Quickly.
The President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, has nominated and appointed additional members of the government affecting the Liberia Medicine Health Product Regulatory Authority, the Liberia Institute for Public Administration, LIPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, the National AIDS Commission, the Liberia Broadcasting System, LBS, the National Port Authority. Boakai, and I appoint me today, LBS here, I will get issue with him. Yeah, the Ministry of Health, the Independent, I support Beni and Liberian, the Independent Information Commission, you buy yellow politics, the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, NAFA, and the John F. Kennedy. The list is too long. So let me see. The institutions, nominees, and appointees are Liberia Medicine Health Product Regulatory Authority, LMHRA. My sister, Keturia Smith, is gone. She going.
She gone.
Yeah, she gone. She gone from the play. We have Dr. Luke Bawo, Managing Director, Dr. Patricia Kwei Freeman, Deputy Managing Director for Technical Services. The Board of Liberia Medicine Health Health Regulatory Authority. Dr. David Small. Oh, my papi, I need to call him today. David Small is chairman of the board. Yeah. Chief Pharmacist of Liberia, representing Ministry of Health, member, Pharmacy Board, member, Ministry of Justice, member, Commissioner for Customs, representing the Liberia Revenue Authority, member, School of Pharmacy, representing the University of Liberia, member, Liberia Medical and Dental Control Council, member, Pharmaceutical Association of Liberia, member, Yana Boys Association of Liberia, member, the Managing Director of LMHRA Secretary, non-voting member. How the Yana Boys will be there? Yana Boys, how? Who represent the Yana Boys?
The guy Yana Boys president.
The president.
Yeah, get ahead.
The board of Liberia Institute for Public Administration, LIPA, Dr. Cecilia Cassell, chairperson, Georgette N. Gray, member, Mary V. Hayes, member, Attorney Matus Kotati Williams, member, Moses Blonkanche Jackson, member, Ministry of Education, institutional member, Civil Service Agency, institutional member, Environmental Protection Agency, Policy Council, Ministry, that's Minister Ami Modar, chairman, Madam Lucia Masali Yala, member, Anthony Kone, member, Klubosumo Bo Johnson, member, Council of Chiefs, one representative. Let me go down to the next one. This one is the National AIDS Commission. Oh, my sister, this lady Theodosia is also out.
She
gone. And the next person I'm seeing here is Dr. Cecilia J. Nuta, chairperson, National AIDS Commission. Dr. Mohammed Swari, vice chair, commissioner for policy and program. Dr. Alexander Zogbe, commissioner for decentralization. Tracy Newon Pense Kine, commissioner for partnership. Reverend Patrick Noah, commissioner for monitoring and evaluation. To the National Port Authority, MPA, we have Mr. Shafa H, co-chair, Mr. Bidel W. Sandy, member, Iman Ali Krai, member of the board, Dr. Avin Nado, member. You know Dr. Avin Nado? Liberia's only neurosurgeon. Right now.
Okay,
I think there are others that are studying.
I heard that name.
Yeah, he's the only man right now like can open your brain, chakla, and put it back.
My brain can be open.
Answer your brain now. People who get brain problem. Honorable Julius J. Goodings.
Oh, I thought you said Julius Boogie.
You know, he said, "Man, I get appointment to ERBC." You looking for appointment to phone. Honorable Julius J. Goodings, member. Mr. Peter Dam, member. But is it possible for you to be appointed unbeknownst to yourself?
Sometimes recommendation. I'm telling you.
Well, nah, yeah, I mean, you'll be hinted. Mr. James L. Hine, Jr., member. James L. Hine is the president of the National Custom Brokers Association,
yeah.
member of the board. Wow, this guy is making headways. Mr. Sir Johnny, member, Ministry of Transport, member, Ministry of Finance, Development Planning, member, Ministry of Commerce, member. Let's move on to Liberia Broadcasting System. Mrs. Alexandra B. Amnon, Deputy Director General for Public Affairs. She used to be with Prime, I think. Mr. Hassan Kiawu, oh, this professional big brother, Deputy Director General for Media Services. He been there for years, so there he go right back there and make things work. Mr. Buffett Law.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, I've been hearing that in a long time.
But Julius,
Buffett Law.
Julius, what do you think? My phonetic skills are okay, right? I mean, these are strange names, right? So,
Buffett Law, I've been a really long time.
Yeah, Mr. Buffett Law.
Yeah.
Deputy Director General for Technical Services, Mr. D. Flomo, the second, Deputy Director General for New Media and Rebranding, Mr. Thomas Gowor, Deputy Director General for Administration, the Ijepo, Mr. Matthias Labindi, Deputy Director General for something else. I'm just kidding you. I won't jump there. You're leaving me. If somebody can say you gotta begin. All right. But the board now. The board of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, chairperson of the board, Ms. Olivia Shannon, vice chair, Councillor Kwame Clement, member. You remember this name?
Kwame Clement.
Kwame Clement. Did you know that in Liberia's history, one man who used to memorize the news and sit down on the TV and broadcast that in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kwame Clement, I'm very sure.
Memorize the whole news.
Yes, I'm telling you. That papier, I mean, look, when you listen to veteran, when Martin Rakhine did today, then he tell you about Kwame Clement. So Kwame became a counselor, and according to the information, he even started practicing law in America.
Okay.
I think maybe he's going to be coming down now to
He's good. He's good at memorizing.
I mean, he's a very brilliant man. I mean, he's still sharp like a young man.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope to meet him someday. Minister of Finance and Development Planning, member. Reverend Father Philip W. Tike, member. Miss Hawa Andrews, member. Imam Muhammad M. Kone, member. Mr. Cyrus Wule Badio, member. Miss Wilma Campbell Machinini, Red, member. I love names, man. I love this name. Miss Wilma Campbell Machinini, Red, member. Councillor Bushuben M. Keita, member. Mr. Eugene L. Fagon, Director General, LBS, Secretary, and non-voting member of the board. Independent Information Commission, Mr. Toga Josh Hodges, Commissioner.
Boy.
You know him?
Oh, no Toga.
Mace Lopo.
I thought Toga won the EBC anyway.
Mace Lopo P. Page, Executive Director and Head of Secretariat. Board members of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority. Minister of Agriculture, Chairman. Ministry of National Defense, statutory member. Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, statutory member. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, statutory member. Liberia Maritime Authority, statutory member. Director General of NAFA, statutory member, ex officio and board secretary with no voting rights. Ministry of Health, lastly. Ministry of Health, Dr. Catherine Thomas Kopo, Deputy Minister of Health Services. John F. Kennedy Medical Center, the president has approved the appointment of the following individuals who were vetted and appointed by the board of directors of the John F. Kennedy Medical Center. Dr. Linda Besh, Chief Executive Officer and General Administrator. Dr. John Emmanuel Tamba. Yeah, Dr. John Emmanuel Tamba. Most of my uncles are doctors. I'm telling you. Dr. John Emmanuel Tamba, Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Health Services, Chief Medical Officer. Mrs.
Chief Medical Officer?
Yeah.
Of Liberia?
Yeah.
So that means Dr. Francis Kete is out.
Right. Mrs. Dama Yekesin Kofa, Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Administration. These nominations supersede any previously published in similar agencies and positions. President Bouakai further calls on all those nominated and appointed to continue to demonstrate diligence, commitment, integrity, professionalism, and loyalty in service to the country. Oh, Kula. And adjectives. All right, let's get to the fire service situation. You monitor the way to get played with the words yet?
Okay, so
did you demonstrate what?
No.
Did demonstrate diligence, commitment, integrity, professionalism, and loyalty? I just like the way you put them.
Let's give the result from yesterday country meeting. Then we can open the lines.
Yeah, I knew you would have done that.
Yeah.
That's your area. Why a camera blurred? Okay, no, it's okay. I'm seeing you clear.
Okay.
You were looking like you all the way to
we need to put more lights. That's all. The 2023-2024 National County Meets football result from yesterday, as I said, it started yesterday. It was postponed from December to April now.
Julius, the coffee is too much in here. You want to try some?
No, I don't like it.
You don't drink coffee?
I don't like coffee.
It's very nice.
If I drink coffee, I won't sleep.
But it's in the day. What do you want to say?
I won't sleep.
Go ahead.
Coffee and energy drinks. When I take them, it means I don't want to sleep.
Why do you drink Minute Maid every morning?
I mean, I get a juice. I love it, but I don't have it.
It doesn't have any
no
caffeine in it.
No. It's a juice, pure juice.
It's not a promotion for you anyway. But I always see you drink it. That's why.
The result from yesterday: Monserrato 2, Bapolu 0, Nimba 1, Bon 1, Grand Bassor 2, Magibi 2, and that's a group where Lofa is. So on Wednesday, Lofa will be taking on Magibi, and I'm praying to be there in Kakata City.
And let me send a word to you, Magibi. Before you were, we were.
They know. They know.
Magibi, listen. Your uncle is talking. Uncle Faya is talking. When I talk you not listen to it. You go to Lofa Kante, I will not get you play the CD. In fact, we made you.
They're gonna come in last night, man. They played the paper. I so love here.
Okay.
I said when I come here, we'll see.
Before you became, we existed.
Okay.
So we gave you that little piece of land that you own.
No money.
What happened is that Mopolu.
Mopolu they are.
Okay. Go ahead.
So Montserrat 2, Bapolu nil, Nima 1, Bon 1, Grand Basso 2, Mount Gibby 2. That means the group is still open. And River G and Grand Gillette game were, I think, postponed because of the weather. We are yet to confirm whether the game took place, but was late anyway. Grand Cape Mount 1, Bombing 1. Haji Khalifa Sharif, they beat your country yesterday. Your own neighbor, Bombing County, beat you 2-1. And Sino beat Maryland 1-0. The River says beat Grand Crew 1-0. So that's it. At the football category there.
You get it. The kickball?
The kickball, I get it.
Okay, but let's move on to the lines here. This thing about the fire service thing, let's put the public, let the people get involved.
Yeah. So call us on 0777-777-107, 0777-221-223. If you are watching out of the country, Liberia, you can call on the WhatsApp number, and the number is +231 777 221-223. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's the name?
Good morning.
Good morning. We're getting you.
Okay, my name is Isaac Wilson, calling from the Banana Belt.
Isaac, let's hear you.
Actually, I was calling you initially not to talk about the fire service, but to talk about the name you pronounced, Kwame Clement.
Okay.
Very brilliant, more than brilliant. So if I was the president, I will call him in either information minister or director for LBS. Very brilliant.
Amen. Oh, no, man. Okay.
You say, oh, now, what are you talking? You taking Kwame for granted? Look at the guy.
To be information minister. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Mathias and Julia, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Lawson Park.
Lawson, let's hear you.
I called from this morning in Montserrat. Look, I listened to this hot call, the council of Fonati Kofa, and then the cause of the fire, as you said, was an electrical fault. And then my observation is that why electrical fault for people like Fonati Kofa? Is he used?
Why not?
Oh, exactly.
Very good. Electrical fault sometimes come with using source kind of material. I'm an electrician. That particular
remember, you just said sometimes. So other time, what causes electrical shock?
Yeah, I agree. So
no, you're not agree. That question I ask you, you gotta answer me. You said, my brother, you said, first of all, you asked the question, why electrical shock for people like Fonati Kofa? That's one. The second question you asked, you said, is it that he's using substandard materials? That's another question. And then Julius said, why not? So the question I ask you, you said sometimes you made a statement. Sometimes electrical shock is caused by using what? Substandard materials. Other times, what causes electrical shock as an electrician?
Okay, if I said sometimes electrical fire or electrical shock caused by using substandard material, then you ask me why all the time. All the time, I'm not in more cases in a particular issue. All of the time you hear our electrical shock is about using substandard material. Substandard material gives electrical shock all the time, most of the time. So if people like Fonati Kofa will have electrical fault, how need to construct their house, then they baffle me.
So what would you say? What would you say about Sir Joseph incidents?
That's the electrical fault. I'm saying. So
who told you did you get a report that it was electrical fault?
But I think from the hospital for a very clear the deeper coverage you have, it was an electrical fault because the guy started for a generator room. So let me recommend it.
Quickly.
Every electrician in Liberia, I recommend now to the LEC to have a lesson. The same way Java have a lesson, nursing have a lesson, the teacher have a lesson. Not everybody you just find somewhere you say can't wire my baby because you are seeing wire somebody baby before. This day, Nigerian people are breaking their own wire now.
Okay, thank you. We don't want to go that route. Thank you very much.
We're typical things.
Yeah, we don't want to go that route, brother. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Fine. This is the thing that I have to say concerning those things that are happening.
Where are Nina?
I'm Kevin Singafan.
All right, Mr. Ngafan.
Ngafan, let's hear you.
Yeah, the cases are all complicated.
What cases?
Number one, Mr. Mataya, you said about your phonetic pronouncement. It's very far.
Oh, but sorry, I'll just joking you. I'll now boasting you. I'll just joking you, my brother.
educationally, our time they used to call it letter sound.
Okay.
Let's come to the speaker house. It's a complicated case. The suspect, you know where it can come from? It can come from the tour or the work.
The tour of the work.
Yeah, the person that did the connection, yeah.
Yeah. The man will not build a farmhouse, and he said he will not spend money for him to equip it. But the people that they can get the money to go back, that the ones that they can go to buy it from their friends on the star.
Obviously.
That's number one. Sometimes maybe the person is not up to the task. You see it? So that is the place where the problem can come from. Number three, Kwame Clement. Oh, Mr. Labini. Now your major you should sit down on that TV.
Yeah, I told him. You know that Brady boy is small too sometimes.
Just fold his arm and just read every news that you can just think of.
He can bend head down, looking straight at that camera and reading the whole news. You probably know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
What is the heart prompter?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's go to this line.
Yes.
Good morning.
You have a caller.
Good morning. Good morning. Lorenzo Kemeya? Your line is cracking, Lorenzo. Oh, God. Change your location small, beg you. Lorenzo, your line is bad. I'm not getting you.
Are you going to want to visit? You
Yeah,
going to
morning.
visit the morning?
You want to walk out of the house? Oh, no. Your line is not bad. It's not good. You can call back. They will take you, Lorenzo. Or call my personal line. Yeah? Good morning. Line 2.
Julius and Matthias are being
David E. Harris?
call from Benson Street.
My man, what happened? You're not interested in the friendship again or
The
what?
man you put me on status.
Hey, you don't pick my calls. You don't pick my calls.
What am I want?
I'm sorry, boss man. I'm sorry, T.
So why we'll talk today?
Today, we'll compare no.
Now what you can say?
Nope.
Right after the show.
Let's hear you, brother.
I mean, you gotta face my wedding ring. You know, I get big contract for you. So if you stop talking to me now, I change my mind.
I'm sorry, my brother.
All right.
Once I have you breaking the news on radio, can you get married? Let's break the news.
The other day, it was those from the Storm community, a family from the New York Gulf Belt, firework the entire family.
Yeah.
It happened in Banana Keba. It even happened to the Pentecostal school at Bamoma. Then, Senator Charlie Joseph. Today, it is the Speaker of the Republic of Nigeria. What are we saying here? I just listened to the fire service boss, Mr. Therefore, at the Baffle of Therefore on the OK Morning Watch. According to him, we have 3 fire service trucks in the entire republic. And tell us, what are we going? Where are we going?
I don't even know
We're
myself.
going to heaven.
Thanks to you guys for the platform.
Okay, we'll compare no later, man. Thank you. But let me just bring you the result of the fee making, yeah? Quickly. Okay, the kickball yesterday results. Bombing 5, Grand Cape Mount 2. Oh, so Bombing beat Grand Cape Mount. Oh. Bapolu 2, Monserrato 1. Nimba 10, Bon 1. Grand Crew 0.
Oh my God, to again do that in my in-laws.
Grand Crew 0.
No, honestly, man, it's not fair. You're not know my Umagama came out. Like that put dollars to marry. I'm not
They be all.
No, you're not fair that, man.
Okay, so Grand Crew 0. Diwa Jawa give you a pick call. Grand Crew 0, Riverside 7, River G2, Grand Julia 1, Sino 0, Maryland 1, Magibi 0, Grand Bazaar 0. Oh, so Magibi getting get drawing. Magibi men getting draw, women getting draw. You wait for Wednesday, get ready.
They're waiting for their uncle.
Their
so their uncle
yeah.
can beat and say,
yeah. So D1, you can call now. You can call. You're calling me. I'm busy on the phone. 07777 221 223. Substandard. I mean, who buys the substandard materials? Is the same guys who go install it. You get the point I'm making? All you do your estimate, give it the horse owner goes and give the money to you. They go and buy it. So sometimes too, we have to blame these guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Lorenzo, let's hear you.
Yeah, I think other guys have said it. You see, many of the time we get contact squad and they keep thin wires. And when the electrical lines are coming, we have footage, the wires are melt, and that causes a shock. I think the new dimension of anything to do, that you have meters and breakers. I think if this current is too high, I think the breaker will break down the current. That'd be a system to help hazard.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tiwa, good morning.
Good morning, my children.
Good morning, man.
How you coming on? How you spend the weekend?
About
the weekend, I'll go with my wife. Now, yeah, man, I want to the whole cooking my food.
I see you in the store. I mean, say you're getting ready to get married. The first one we saw the second one coming.
My woman, I am. My woman try to gas my one can cook my food this time.
Thank God, at least you won't cook it and nobody helping. She want to help us to help her.
No, nobody can help us. I go for a bit.
You know what I want to say about the whole fire incident? Let the government take really action. Find solution. Not so when you hear people talking all sorts of things, people blaming fire service. Why must you blame fire service? People do not have enough equipment from time to time. Not today. So for that time, we can solve fire service problem. We can buy enough vehicles for these people. We can give them enough money to buy whatsoever they need for this fire. Look, when rain season coming, maybe at that time they will find a place to get water from. But by right, they're supposed to have a special place that when fire.
I think that's true.
Okay. Then when this thing happen, they go and get the water. When I would have plenty of people who say, oh, look, I can't look at the fire. Then before they turn around, who you imagine that who will come and see something funny, then you go look at it. Then you turn around to go for water. And they're true in it. So what I want to tell the Liberian government, they would try and see about the fire service and there's electrical shocks that are going on in this town. Let them visit each and every community in this Republic of Liberia. I say they get money to do, but let them try it. Because every time, today now, that baby people houses bunny, but when the small people houses go up, and we hear plenty talking like how we ain't it. You want to tell me a big man will electrify a house with cheap material? I don't want to believe it.
It can be.
Something is going on somewhere. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you. The only place at this, I want to bring the fire service is when these things happen, they don't do reports and publish it in the public and know what happened. That's all. Good morning. Good morning. Your line is bad. How about change your location small, man? Your line looking bad.
You can hear me now, right?
Okay, let's hear you quickly.
Thank you very much. You see, the one that they were saying, why are the people who are just going? I've been in a zero for almost 1 year and a half now. I don't even know
you must can't tell where you play living.
But you know what Zero can do?
Zero
Zero makes some man. What are you talking? I'm gonna go ahead. Zero are the best how to live inside.
Yeah. The people they will get everything, money, everything they get in their house. Why? And I bet you that's what I'm ready to do. But because they do they have money and they have everything, so those people that love it, they need to check themselves. How they operating with the house? What did they buy? Are they putting black material on their houses and the building?
No, man, I don't think so, man. Anyway, thank you. I don't think so. Thank you. Go another round. Good morning. Good morning, sir. What's the name?
Good morning. This is Siwa calling from Single Belt.
So let's hear you.
Okay. Quickly to the issue.
You just at 8:40
yesterday
introduced them.
They're trying to get fire service,
the ombudsman thing,
so that they can go get see how they can put the fire off. And all of a sudden, and I was on Facebook, I saw a post saying that the house is the next. So is there people in the street there or in this country that are responsible for this? Yes, then what the police is doing to watch that? Or how can we on fire? Then somebody put on Facebook saying that this particular person house will be the next. What the police is doing to watch that? That's a question to the police. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's hear you. 07777 077 221 223. And the numbers you can call by 8:40. We will go to the ombudsman. Mata's going to read some things there, and then we'll wrap it up at 9 o'clock this morning. on the show. But as I'm not blaming fire service for any reason. My only problem I got fire service is that whenever there's a fire outbreak, they should do a report and release a report to the public. You know, the more we read those reports, then we'll know what's going on. We know, but that's my problem with fire service. But I mean, I don't have they're underfunded, no money. I mean, fire service not get money. I mean, if you have every district have a fire service car with an office, you know, be better. But the parking area, when someone way in Dwazon, what do we say? Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Julius. Good morning to you and good morning to Matthias.
Good morning.
My name is Hussein Keo, and I phone in from Jefferson District.
My man Hussein, you're sorry. I'll talk to the Oman. Yeah? I'll talk to Mark Atumu. Nima Bomipo, not do I want to oil again.
Thank you, Chief.
Yeah, Kiawu, I know Kiawu that came man. So I
know, yes. You got it right. So let me say thanks to both of you this morning for giving us the opportunity to speak on these critical national issues. But firstly, I want to say this. Whenever those disasters take place, I think we have to express our sympathy and empathy to and directly diplomat. Right. You understand? And what I think we should do as patriots. Now, before coming to the political side, you see, there are some people who criticize everything in this country. This issue of fire, it doesn't start with even this government, previous government, even before the real government, we have had those kind of challenges in our society.
Of course.
But like Martin Matar said, the issue of investigations, that is very key. Now, we were here when we witnessed the fire MTA, the National Transit Authority, talked about fire, warning was burned and other things.
Documents were burned. That's right.
You understand? Documents were burned and we're not getting effective results. You understand? Ministry of Transport got a fire, we're not getting any results. So, as the government will have to be functional. People cannot sit in the offices in an air condition and then they cannot do the job of the liability because we have to know the root cause of those incidents. Then we can continue, but we say fire, every time somebody with electrical fault. So, how about the report? You understand? So, I think we have to do more as a government, as a people, to be a very factual to this discussion. We have to do more. Thank you.
Okay, and it is good that Testel and the rest are there. I read a post from him and where they opened a Facebook page for the fire service. And he said it categorically. He said that there are a lot of Facebook pages, but they've complained them. So maybe in a month's time, they'll close the others. And what they've opened now will be the real National Fire Service Facebook page. And I guess they will start to place information there. But I mean, sometimes these things happen, whether the big manhole, the small manholes, when you get there, even if you can't get on time to quench the fire, once you are there, as a fire service, do a report, do the investigation, compile the report and publish it. People read it to know the cause of the fire. So what will happen, Matter, is that if people see that one thing is, it's repeatedly, repeating, then you know the cause of the fire. Then we at home, when we read it, we'll take measures. But we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening. We don't get the fire service. And you go to quench a fire, or maybe you have to quench a fire. Then you don't come out with a report to tell us that there's a reason why fire took place. Let's know the reason. That's the problem I got with fire service. But I know the fire service are not funded ready. They don't have the money. Look at why in the budget for them. What I think the budget can be by the fire trucks.
But it doesn't also mean that because they are underfunded does not mean that they cannot also conduct, comprehensive reports.
And that's what I'm saying. They can do the investigation and release a report. And see, my man, the last time I listened to somebody who said that, look, it is good that every district have a fire service office. Every district in Montserrat. And that fire service office will have a fire service truck assigned just to that district. You get me? And the person said that, and then they'll have to get somewhere where they can get water easily, maybe dig a borehole, borehole, just for that district. So that the fire service can be on Broad Street here or Ashmore Street, and then there's a fire outbreak in Dwazon. Before they get there, my brother, house finished burning already. You getting the point I'm making? The house finished burning. So that's it, man. So folks going to hold a call there now and join Matthias to get us something from the ombudsman.
Yeah, so Julius, it's important that I highlight this thing this morning. And I first just want to give the public few areas to look at, when we're discussing certain issues, most especially about the country Liberia. Let's look at a couple of things. The office of the ombudsman was created. Is in part 12 of the Code of Conduct. You can look at it right now, Part 12 of the Code of Conduct for Liberia or public officials. Since the drafting of the Code of Conduct in 2014, the first chairperson of the Office of the Ombudsman that was appointed was Mr. Chris Masakwe, former police IG by former President Ellen Johnson. But you know why the office was not functional? Because he did not go for confirmation hearing. So he was just a man, he was just pronounced by the president, but the Senate did not do her work to ensure that, he starts work. So that office was not operational. That's one. So meaning it is under this Boakas administration that we are about to see the office of the Ombudsman becoming operational.
But you're not confirmed.
Sorry?
Masakwe.
No, he was not confirmed. Okay. He did not go for confirmation. Just as the way Madam Bro, acted for so long as mayor of the city of Monrovia, that's how he acted in that area. So mostly the law did not cover him. The president made a pronouncement. The Senate has to do her work so that he can be inducted in office, that he becomes powerful. Now, Ambassador Boakai came in and appointed Councillor Finlay Kangai, all right, as chairperson of the Office of the Ombudsman. What is the Office of the Ombudsman in the first place? Part 12 of the Code of Conduct talks about the creation of the Office of the Ombudsman. 12.1 says, the Office of an Ombudsman is hereby established as an independent, autonomous body which shall be responsible for the enforcement, oversight, monitoring, and evaluation of the adherence to the Code of Conduct. 12.2 says, the Office of Ombudsman shall receive and investigate all complaints in respect to the adherence to the Code of Conduct. In the case where there is a determination of guilt and violation of the code by private and public officials and employees of government, said violation shall be submitted by the Ombudsman to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission or other relevant agencies of government. The Office of the Ombudsman shall be responsible to collaborate with the three branches of government and civil society organizations in order to develop regulations for the conduct, for the Code of Conduct. So that's the function of the Office of the Ombudsman, meaning the chairperson, in fact, does not have unilateral control of that office. That person works in accordance with other, relevant, government agencies, including civil society. The reason why I'm highlighting this, there are speculations in the corridors of the Senate that Councillor Finlay Kanga might not be confirmed by the Senate because, according to some of the folks, he is a member of the Unity Party. That's the assertion. Julius, if you have the Constitution there with you, the Constitution of Liberia, the 1986 Constitution of Liberia, my man, try to get that on your phone. It's very important. I think that's
my phone, different phone.
Yeah, but you can download it.
Small.
By the time you get a phone,
I get everything.
Wait, you don't talk.
My man, go read your thing.
Read it. Yeah, but by the time you get a phone, the first thing you try to do, get all the relevant, documents. Don't not.
Okay, Mr. Simon Evasa.
And not TikTok and not Facebook.
Thank you, Mr. Simon Evasa.
Yeah, try to get all the relevant, documents. So I'm taking Article 8, Article 18, Article 11B, and the Code of Conduct, Principles of Good Conduct. That is Part 3. So there are 3 areas I'm going to be looking at quickly, and then we're going to open the lines to hear from you whether the speculation, if it is anything to go by, the lawmakers themselves or the senators themselves or the individuals that are politicking with this thing are doing so in good faith, for the country. So Part 3, 3.14, Part 3, 3.14. I'm leaving this here. This already open before me. Then I'm going to the Constitution now, and I'm opening Article 8 of the Constitution. I think I should have it here. All right, I should have it right here. But just a few points I want to make, because if the argument is about this man being a member of the Unity Party, I don't know. Maybe Mo has to tell me, because Mo was the Secretary General, right? Maybe he has to share with us that, Councillor Kanga is a member of the Unity Party and thing. But even with that, the Constitution protects this man. All right. This is not in a way somebody trying to front for this councillor, and so, but it's about us looking at what is what under the law so that we can be able to do the right thing. So Article 8 of the Constitution, it talks about principles on non-discrimination in employment opportunities. This is a general principle. It says the Republic shall direct its policy towards ensuring for all citizens without discrimination opportunities for employment and livelihood under just and humane conditions, and towards promoting safety, health, and welfare facilities in employment. So regardless of where the person is from and which political organization the person belongs to, the person is covered by the Constitution, you know, by the principles on non-discrimination in employment and opportunities. That's Article 8. Let's go to Article 18. That is, so Article 8 is under general principles of national policy. Article 18 is under fundamental rights. Oh, they yeah. Oh, Jeff freezing. Yeah, freezing, my man. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to open the lines to hear from the public as well. So Article 18 talks about Article 18 of the Constitution, and that's 18 exact. So Article 18 of the Constitution, it talks about right to equal opportunity for work and employment. Let's go to it. Article 18 says, all Liberian citizens shall have equal opportunity for work and employment regardless of sex, creed, religion, ethnic background, place of origin, or political affiliation. This is key. Or political affiliation, place of origin, or political affiliation. And all shall be entitled to equal pay for equal work. That's Article 18. Let's read Article 11b of the same Constitution under rights. Article 11b talks about entitlement to fundamental rights. Entitlement to fundamental rights. All persons, irrespective of ethnic background, race, sex, creed, place of origin, or political opinion, are entitled to the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, subject to such qualifications as provided for in this Constitution. So this very code of conduct that we're talking about, that some people trying to pull there, let's look at what it says under principles of good conduct. Principles of good conduct. That's part 3, subsection 3.14, Code of Conduct, Principles of Good Conduct. It says, merit system. All public officials and employees of government shall hire and promote employees and officers based on the individual's competence and worth, rather than on political considerations. With all these things I've highlighted, the Code of Conduct even narrows it and summarizes it for us. Is Councillor Kangai qualified? Is he competent? Julius, isn't he the councillor that we can call at any time and just hit him up with any provision of the Constitution he goes into explaining? Is he competent? Is he qualified? So I think some of the reasons why people are saying he's a member of the Unity Party is because he will serve as lawyer. Unity Party.
So you'll be a party, you do a partisanship on it?
I mean, but mostly what many people saw him do is pleading, right? Representing some members of the Unity Party in the court. So if that is an argument.
But even he represented some opposition leaders to
right.
the opposition party members.
Right. Julius,
what's the essence of that?
If people go with that argument, and I'm using this time, my little research, having conversation with some big brothers in the legal profession, they pointed out these areas and things. I'm just informing the Senate. Should you raise this argument during the confirmation of the appointed or nominated chairperson of the office of the ombudsman in Councillor Finlay Kangai, you will be defeating yourselves, senators, because there are too many
senators that are thinking that way.
That's the information I'm getting. A few of the senators, perhaps opposition, right, senators, they're saying this man is a Unity Party man. But what is the function of the office of the ombudsman? I read that, right? How it was created and things. Do you mean to tell me that Matthias, if I leave the radio today, I am an independent journalist, we sit here, we talk everything. That's why our program motto is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We talk the good, the bad, and the ugly. The day I leave this place and I become a public relations officer, Julius, I'm no longer that journalist you knew. I will no longer be that journalist you know. Exactly. I have to perform according to the ethics of public relations. Should I leave and go do medical studies and I become a doctor, or say a psychologist and a counselor maybe in in the medical area, I have my own department, counseling department. Patients come, it's my duty to counsel them. Trust me, I'm not going to be using forceful journalistic terminologies to counsel my patients. I have to operate in that line. So what I'm simply trying to say is that as people transition from one area to another area, they should perform according to that area. And Councillor Finlay Kanga being a knowledgeable lawyer in this country, I don't think he's going to take
popular lawyers.
Yes,
as well.
I don't think he's going to take partisanship. Partisanship at the office of the ombudsman. But in the wisdom of some of the senators that we're gathering information about some of the things they're speculating already in the corridors, in their wisdom, they think he's a member of the Union Party. But I did them justice by pointing out a few areas.
But no, Matthias, who told you they don't know about that? They are lawmakers, they know about that law, they know about it.
Do you know that represented now Senator Creighton Duncan of Sino County? Do you know that he appeared on my program, okay, that I present every Thursday? Okay, Forest Hour program, right? That man represented then a company called Senior Forest Scheme in this country. He got 12% share from the company. Under the law, that's conflict of interest.
Did he confirm that?
Listen to me. As a representative, that's conflict of interest. But he confirmed on the show and apologized to the public that he did not know. Was that a lie or a fact? Is it possible for a lawmaker to not know what conflict of interest is?
But then he was representative, or
he was represented when the company came.
Okay.
Now he's senator.
I thought it was when we're at the central bank.
And he promised to relinquish his share of the company. So sometimes these people on the show, he admitted. Sometimes these things happen, Julius. Maybe some of the people you may have read something, but in the future you probably will forget certain things. I've done them justice. If you want me to repeat, I can just point out a few areas that you need to read. Some of you working in the office.
5 minutes to go.
Article 8 of the Constitution, Article 18 of the Constitution, Article 11B of the Constitution, the Code of Conduct, Part 3, subsection 3.14 is under the principles of good conduct. Let's have a conversation.
5 minutes to go. Let's see how you feel. You have 5 minutes time. 0777 107 0777 221 223. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Is this whoever?
All right. Thank you. 0777 107 0777 221 223. We got just 5 minutes to wrap it up this morning on the show. You listen to Matthias. He read it, give details of it. That's it. So what do you make of it? Let's hear you. 0777 107 0777 221 223. Good morning.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, my man, that different FM, my man. The number they calling already, I know it. Yeah, man. They calling number already, I know he can call you. Answer that. All right, Jealousy FM. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your line is bad. Good morning. What's your name? We are better. What's your name?
Okay, I think Matthias, thank you this morning for your explanation and your education provided to the public as based for the appointment of Finlay Kanga.
Thank you.
I think you get it right. We understand who will bring Councillor Finlay Kanga as being a member of the Union Party, and because he has been representing, because he has been performing a legal obligation.
Right.
Even it can be anybody. Allah you go to his last friend and you hire the services, he's honor a legal binding to represent you. Allah you pay for his services.
Of course.
Right.
So that does not make him a member of the Unity Party.
Thank you.
So anything who is looking at the face of Finlay Kanga and tell him that he's a member of the party because he has been representing opposition, then we will tell you the new existence with these issues. Is good. Other opposition group equal as well. So the appointment should be questioned on the basis of competency and integrity.
Right.
I can consider that in the person habit of securing his jobs from his client, or has he exploiting money illegally from his client? As he using his office as a lawyer, abusing the office or abusing his office, or has he went to this place?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take one more call. Don't wrap it up quickly. 077-777-107, 077-221-223. The numbers you can call us on this morning to participate. We got just 2 minutes, let's say a minute and a half to wrap it up this morning on the show. So you can put your calls through on 077-777-107. If not, then Matthias need to wrap it up.
Right, certainly. And we just start to close up on that today and encourage you. Like
that was a selling point you made there. Good observation.
So it's good that, Julius, as we have these conversations, we should not be driven by emotion and just, talk and just run. And that's why I read something from Dr. Abi Yen. He said, being a scholar means you must demonstrate humility. Don't go on social media fighting, I'm a scholar. You'll be fighting your friends and all of that. I think the best thing you can do is that do scientific research, publish your papers.
Our colleagues are fighting all day.
Let Liberian
two persons on Facebook, you're fighting.
I don't get time for that, man. let Liberian youth read. Let Liberian youth read and learn from you. It's happening in other countries. I'm doing my thesis on development communication, Julius. Did you know that most of the research I'm conducting right now, I cannot find any paper published by Liberian researchers on development communication? Published. So most of the universities today we graduate, even the thesis we write, they just remain in the dockets of those departments and without publication. So the East African students, North African, there are too many articles coming from their publications on different subject matters. So we should not just talk. Let's read. There are laws here. Let's read them. That's all the time I have.
Okay, so have yourselves a wonderful time. Tomorrow morning we're going to be here again with another edition of the program. Sky Morning Lion Sky 107.1 FM. Coming out this morning at 10:30, program 50/50 comes away, and we are hoping, I hope getting my lips. We are hoping to have in studio the
Inspector General
IG
But you guys, let me also inform the public that by tomorrow on Sky Morning Live, we're going to be paying host to the Deputy Director of the Civil Service Agency, Mr. Darlington APC. Maybe I will get tomorrow on this program.
All right, so have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, going to be here.